TOFOP.
My diet would be like what you would see in every barbecue, which is just salad and protein, salad and protein.
Yeah.
But the argument from this film is that, well, A, heart disease.
Document.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
Propaganda piece.
is in. Well, that's the thing. It's not a vegan propaganda piece. It's not like Extinction
That's
Rebellion.
the sort of thing that a vegan propaganda piece would say.
It's because I started listening to Penn Jillette, who switched to a vegan diet.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he was an unethical vegan. He didn't switch to eating plants because he felt, wanted to protect animals or whatever. He was just like, well, I don't want to die of a heart attack because I'm a big fat guy.
Yeah.
But then he was saying that because you have these, when you eat meat, you have these I don't know what, bacteria or something in your gut that form to break down the meat. And he was saying that once you stop eating meat, so over about a 6-week period, those bacteria in your gut die off. And it actually changes your psychology, where he says now he does feel empathy towards animal. He does feel unethical, about even eating like eggs or anything like that. He doesn't have any animal products of any kind.
Well, I'm convinced now that magician Penn Jillette has weighed in.
Who would convince you? Who do you need to hear from, Will?
Mate, I'm a vegetarian. I have been for 20 years. I'm not like this. I'm just saying that I'm just having fun.
you're just giving to me the shit that you've been given for the last 20
exactly.
years.
Like I'm a 20-year vegetarian, basically. I haven't eaten meat in 20 years. I still have dairy.
Yeah,
I haven't eaten meat in 20 years.
I don't know that I am a full-blown vegan. I've gone hard early just to sort of see. I think where I'll probably sit is plant-based, because I did feel bad about the amount of meat I was eating, but again, selfishly looking at what it can do to your heart. Because the other thing they do is and again, feel free to poke holes in this as well, is they go to a firehouse in New York and they test.
Feels like there's a lot of experiments and not a lot of wading through massive scientific studies. But
No, there is.
But you know what the thing is, I will say, is that often you can find arguments to support every position when it comes to, particularly when it comes to food and diet. The truth of it is that over the years, something that is good for you is turned out to be bad for you. There are certain trends towards...
Eggs are good, eggs are bad.
Yeah.
Eggs are good.
And for every UFC fighter who, has become a vegan and been a UFC fighter, there's one that only drinks, bone marrow and, blood juice, and is a UFC fighter and has his own documentary about drink blood juice, the Dracula diet, how I won the UFC. I think a lot of the time it's about finding something that A, you are comfortable living with, and B, that different things suit different bodies. I am the only person on this planet, I think, who stops drinking and puts on weight. Like everybody else I ever hear is like, I stopped drinking.
And I lost the weight.
Lost so much weight. Like the weight just dropped off me. I'm the opposite. Every time I go through a large period of not drinking, like I have done recently, I find it so hard to keep weight off, because my body obviously readjusts and I supplement it with other sugars or whatever else it is that I'm doing in my diet. And I always end up putting on weight rather than the other way around. Different bodies react in different ways to different foods and different diets.
Well, that's I think that's what I'm experimenting, because I want to see how I go over the next few weeks.